Hey guys, Happy New Year. I wanted to come with a quick video. I also celebrated my birthday this past last week actually. So yeah, that's why, with the holidays and birthdays and everything. But now I am finally back. But yeah, some advice or thoughts I can say that I would like to give. And this definitely of course applies to INFJs, but also just people in general who can relate to just like different things. But I want to say it is not your responsibility. INFJ, it is not your responsibility. So let me explain. So it's just learning to back off. Sometimes we just have to back off on things. Granted, if you don't know the reason why a person may be doing something or the things that they're doing, maybe there's a valid excuse or a reason. But in 2018, I myself am learning not to make excuses for someone's behaviors or actions. Um, they. I feel like a person, they will show if they care or not, especially when there are like various ways to express your care. So it's not my responsibility to vouch for someone when I feel like I did my part. And also in other words is learning to leave something out of my control. So it's like I could take control by but I don't have to. And again, it's not my responsibility. When I feel like something when the ball is someone in someone else's court, you have to let them see what they're going to do. Let them make the next move. And if they don't, you see what it is um so also people have to realize like you get what you put out there. You get the energy that you put out there. So if I'm a nice person to somebody, you will get nice energy back. If you are a negative person or you put negativity out there, you will receive the same back. So let's stop making excuses and let people's actions speak for themselves. So, for example, I'm trying to give like a short example. Just trying to keep it short, but uh, let's use this as an example because it's actually something similar. I'm going to tweak a little bit of what happened, but just to give you an example, but or to leave out people's names. But it was my birthday, right? And people give you phone calls, they message you and everything. So there were certain people. I heard from a lot of people, but there were certain people that I was surprised that I didn't hear from. And granted, I was like, Tyler, don't feel some type of way about this. Don't. It's okay. But you try not to take it personally, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'll let them have the whole, okay, as the time is passing, it's getting later in the day, and now it's at night, and they still haven't called or messaged or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I know it happens. You forget. I've forgotten, reached out to somebody the next day. But then the next day, I didn't hear from them. And also especially okay, let me stay on track. But the next day I didn't hear from them. So it's just kind of making me think, and this is just a small example, but it can something that's small can be big to somebody else. So I won't say this is a small example, but we just don't know how we impact people too, because if someone cares about you or someone remembers like something as small as your birthday, for example, like is one day out of the year that's just dedicated for you. It's okay, like you're not asking for the world. So, and again, people make things a priority, what they want to make a priority. I know someone who says like they always forget stuff, but I noticed that they don't forget the things that they want to remember. But when it comes to like other certain things, like, oh, you forgot to take out the trash. Oh, I forgot I had this thing that we scheduled together. Oh, I just forgot. But it's like, when does that stop becoming an excuse? So that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, just stop making excuses for someone's behavior. Like, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. And again, when things are like a pattern, but again, I just wanted to use that example. But I had going back to the birthday one, um, I had an uncle who was like who I remember I was in the hospital this one time and he messaged me and was like, "Oh, you should reach out to your cousin. It's his birthday. I'm sure he would really like to hear from you." But I'm sure he didn't know I was in the hospital, and I'm just like, so I let him know, and I did reach out to him. And then there was another time when it was actually my uncle's birthday, and he was like, "Oh, and because I called him a little later during that day, and he's like, I was waiting to hear from you. And I'm just like, but now it's my birthday and I don't hear from you. So it's like, you get what you put out there too. So it's like, and again, I'm not saying I did this on purpose, but it's like the same people that have things to say, like you also have to, and that could be us. Maybe we're the ones that are saying things, or like we feel some type of way about somebody, but then it's like, but do we do this for this person? You know what I mean? It's like we expect people to be a certain way or act a certain way around us, but are we that way around them? Like, are you a good friend to somebody? How many of us are good friends to people? Good friends to good friends, if I said that right. But I think you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to say that. So just know that sometimes you just have to take a back seat. Don't make excuses. If somebody wants to reach out to you, if someone wants to give you a call, if someone wants to be your friend, if someone wants to show you that they care about you, they will show you. If they don't, you have to recognize that for what it is as well. So don't make excuses for people's actions. Don't overcompensate for somebody as well, thinking, oh, they were busy, or they were this, or oh, it's okay. But it's like, if it's not okay to you, it's okay to admit that. And also, again, people's actions speak for themselves, and just remember that. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye.